Hello, is anybody out there? Is there anybody? Good, Norman. Thank you for telling me that. I'm glad I wasn't wrong. But has anybody seen a chunk of pyrite this big before? Does pyrite come that big? Okay, well, I wanted to get to, live stream on the air, or in the air. Swimming upstream is what I called it, because as of late, that are full of glitter, gold glitter or whatever. As of late, I feel like I'm swimming upstream with this YouTube channel. For I feel like I've been censored. I feel like shadow banning is going on. I feel like, and I'm not trying to say that, you know, I'm that big or anything, that people are gonna want to censor me in any way. But I do believe that something's going on. Superconductor is right. Okay, everybody seen this? This is the pyramid stoner. Did everybody like my new intro? I like the piano. I'm going to get into talking about this, the pineal gland and the eye of Horus, and how it's our conduit and our connection to the esoteric consciousness that is all. You freaking what rules? Hold up. Somebody just sent me a message saying I'm breaking rules. What rules am I breaking? You can boot me all you fucking want, dude. Really? Hang on a second. I gotta go over here and check this out.
Vindication of life on Mars. Late night in the Midlands, you ask? Well, I'll tell you why. Late Night in the Midlands covers everything, and through the thousands of expert guests who have joined Michael Vera on his show, come pieces of the big puzzle, which started many years ago. Michael and his guests reveal information dating back to the beginning of time. To this very moment, Michael Vera not only brings you the best guests with the best information, but Michael is not afraid to call out those who are less than honest. You see, in this day and age, we need a radio show we can count on and a radio host we can trust to expose the truth one show at a time.
I gotta finish.
So become a late nighter and subscribe now. Talk radio like no other. Late Night in the Midlands, bringing the truth back to talk radio.
It's the middle of the night and there's nothing much to do. Bring your insomniac self over to Late Night in the Midlands and learn something. We've got every topic you can think of with very little being off limits. Alien abductions, government corruptions, the stuff that's got your sleep disrupted. Come join the conversation tales and tune into Late Night in the Midlands with your host, Michael Vera.
Ask 10 different scientists about the environment, population control, genetics, and you'll get 10 different answers. But there's one thing every scientist on the planet agrees on. Whether it happens in 100 years, or 1,000 years, or 1,000,000 years, eventually our sun will grow cold and go out. When that happens, it won't just take us. It'll take Marilyn Monroe, and Lao Tzu, and Einstein, and Morobuto, and Buddy Holly, and Aristophanes. All of this. All of this. goes for nothing. Unless we go to the stars.
You can listen to the LNM Radio Network 24 hours a day, 7 days a week through the Paranormal
You fucking
Radio
passionate
app.
guest.
Available from lnmradionetwork.com or talkstreamlive.com on both Android and Apple. Our call to listen line is open 24/7. Dial 701-719-9704 so you can listen on the go. Become a late nighter and subscribe now.
Whatever.
Late Night in the
I
Midlands.
don't watch the fucking show anymore. Okay, now that was about, I was on L&M and I made a comment about, somebody asked, hey, Tales of the Little Wolf, what's up? I like your name, your avatar name. But I love L&M radio show, you know, and if their moderators want to get jiggy with it, whatever. I won't watch the show no more. But all I stated was, you know, the somebody asked if Tom Horn had any experiences himself. And I said, no, he's been riding the Billy Meyer bus forever. I didn't mean anything by that. I meant no disrespect to anybody. So, whatever. Grow up, people. You know what I'm saying? You know, I love that I love that show. And, you know, dude wants to do that, whatever. You know, whatever. Too many freaking egos over there, I think. That's what I think. Alright, guys. Now, tonight I wanted to show you a couple things. I'm sorry, I don't want my ego to get in the way either because, you know, it was a misunderstanding, so we'll just leave it at that. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. I wanted to show you guys a few things. And a few things that are pertinent to our reality as I see them. Okay, it is said that our equator was in a different position before. And it is said that we're off like, I don't know how many degrees, but this is where the old equator used to reside, right here. Shit. And that's where all the pyramids around the world are. They're in a line with that, I guess. But Orion, the Fool, the name of a constellation consisting of about 80 stars, renders, oh god, I'm just kind of a little upset over that. But the Fool, does anybody know what the Fool is in the tarot deck? Does anybody know? The Fool is the one after the 0, I believe? Or is it the one? Yeah, it's the one after the 0. Am I correct? Does anybody know that? Oh, did you see that agate that I found, Spartan? That looks like a heart. It's a mud fossil. Mud Fossil University would love it. You don't know what? What? The Orion thing? The Fool. Oh, yeah, the tarot deck. Yeah, the tarot deck is, I know that's in the Kabbalion or whatever, in the tarot. Here, let me look it up. I'll Google it real quick. We'll look up tarot. Okay, we'll check it out. Tarot gaming decks. Okay. Okay, let's see. Right here. Oops. But anyways, I'll show you guys that picture of that freaking mud fossil I found. You know, I think it's a mud fossil now, and it was weird because I felt compelled to find it. Alright, I gotta quit getting sidetracked here. Sorry, guys. I'll bring it back together here. Please forgive me. I'm a little heated over that whole L&M thing because that's just bull crap. Okay, let me get here. Oh, and by no means have I, you know... Now, many will know or understand that I've shifted my channel from filming the sky constantly and showing films of the sky constantly to mixing it up a bit, you know, and doing a little esoteric research and self-discovery, I guess. But look at this. Does that not look like a human heart? That's a close-up of it. It's a freaking agate, but it's huge. Yeah, I found that, and it was weird, Spartan, because I was digging a hole for a drain at work, and I felt compelled to keep digging, and this is what I found. It's a big old agate. There's a deer. Deer. But I wanted to show you guys the video I got yesterday, and I wanted to show you a couple things in it that were just mind-boggling. And I didn't get to them yesterday. And I wanted to, this is this, I guess, the second part of the video that I ended abruptly yesterday too, I guess. Which, I apologize for that if you guys were, uh-oh. Looks like I might have erased all of my videos. No, because this is, okay. We're going to go back here, go to video. Okay, here we go. Now, is it this one? I think it's this one right here. I was sitting today at my kid's football game. He won, by the way. Did pretty good. But anyway, I was looking up, and sure enough, the freaking chemis were going by again. Now, these chemtrails are non-stop, guys. I mean, just sitting there for 45 minutes, an hour, watching the skies, I've seen probably 15, no, not 15, not that many, about 8 planes go over. Now, if my memory serves me correctly, it costs, just for a plane to take off, it costs thousands of dollars. Am I not right? Well, then you factor in all the aerosol or whatever the hell they're putting out, or how they're putting the particulates into the atmosphere. You factor all that stuff in, all the equipment, all of the whatnot, and is it to, you know, you factor all that money in, and you just think about how much money that is, how much money it's costing them to do this. Now, do you see what I see? Do you see what I see? I see a freaking interdimensional gallery. Look at that. It's crazy. Look at this stuff. I mean, come on, people. What are we looking at here? I know, they're clouds, right? Hello, Rebecca. How are you? Thank you for joining me, and if you can get past my, I don't know, my choppy style, I guess you might learn something, but, you know, I'm not much of a smooth orator or nothing. You know, I'm a bit choppy, I'm a bit sloppy. Did everybody see that? Watch right here in the middle. A light goes up. Hang on. Wait for it. It's coming. Wait for it. Come on. Right there. Or was that the camera? Must have been the camera. But anyway, these chemtrails that they're putting out there. Okay, I'm going to make a couple correlations too. Going widescreen, I'm still here. Oh, you're going to look at it on your television? Just don't listen to it because it'll tell you lies. And if you watch it and stare at it, it'll give you a big surprise. It is their way of controlling and manipulating our society as a whole, folks. The television is. And I'm sure you already know that, Spartan, but sorry, another tangent my ADD has forced me to go off on. But, I mean, those are clouds, I know. They're clouds. Clouds with all kinds of haziness in them, and this isn't the one. I want to go back to this other one. Even better one. This one right here. This is the one. Right there when they started coming. Now, I mean, look at the sky, guys. Is it not already choked up with a bunch of haze? You know, how much is that plane right there costing to put that shit in the atmosphere? You know, and I don't know for sure whether it's hurting us or helping us or whatever. But think back to the Sitchin story, okay? Sitchin story says, you know, Zachariah Sitchin. And I know there's a ton of other information. Hello, Angel. How are you, sweetheart? I'm glad you could join me. Now, all of the information on Nibiru is to be, I don't know, picked through like, I don't know, like you would I have no idea what kind of comparison to make it, or compare it to, but we have to have discernment when we're hearing the information about anything coming at us from any angle, period, including from me. So do your own research on what I'm about to say. And if you truly are not stuck in a, you know, and this is hard, for me, guys, this was super hard for me to shift my perspective, because I have how many Nibiru videos on my channel? Over 300 of them, folks. Over 300 of them. And for the first couple years, I was naming every video Nibiru this or Nibiru that. For that's just the path or the growth that one goes through when you start this journey. I mean, it took 3 years for me, 3.3 years to be exact, and that's kind of weird because my number is 333, but it took me 3.3 years, or maybe a little longer, to come to the realization, and it hit me like a ton of bricks, guys. What did Sitchin say the Anunnaki did to save their atmosphere? Because of the sun. Because of the extra radiation coming from the sun. They put gold particulates in the air. Why would they put gold particulates in the air? Because that's all that was available to them at that moment, at that time. There was no mass-produced aluminum phosphate or coal fly ash or whatever the hell they're throwing up here to make these crazy-looking clouds. Now, call me a troll or a person that's going against the grain. Call me what you will, but just don't call me late for supper, please, because I'm a fat kid and I'm hungry and I need my sustenance. JK, just kidding. But anywho, I, of all people, would not be selling or telling anything other than what I believe about this subject. Now, Nibiru being, the definition of Nibiru is transition point, a point of crossing, a signpost, or a point at which transition happens. And that's why other people say that. Remember back I don't know, 6-7 months ago when BP Earthwatch was putting out videos saying that Jupiter was Nibiru. Well, he was right. Sitchin was right by saying Nibiru meant the planet of the crossing. The astronomers were right when they're saying there's no freaking planet coming to get us. Maybe there is. I don't know. Because I've been filming the sky for freaking 3.5 years, and the closest thing I got was something that looked like a winged disc off in the distance that, you know, and that's why I named the video. This is the only real Nibiru video you'll find on the internet. Remember that? It was because it looked real, and I thought it was, to be honest with you. I now, 95% of my being believe that Nibiru is underneath our feet, folks. The gold they used to save the planet or the atmosphere, or Nibiru, to save Nibiru, planet Earth then, was gold, because they didn't have the particulates we do right now, or the means of manufacturing them. I'm not saying they couldn't manufacture them, but not on a mass scale like we had gold. Saw juggling red, white, red, and blue. What are you talking about? What are you talking about, Angel? But the another corroborating point to this is these deities, these Anunnaki. They lived here forever. They were here forever. I mean, you look at the Assyrian kings list and the right, okay, system of Nibiru or wormwood. Well, wormwood is a reference to the waters turning bitter sweet, or as if I don't know. I don't know. I'm documenting my journey on YouTube, and I'm trying to get to the bottom of the whole Nibiru thing. But in the meantime, I was so dang blessed to come to the conclusions I have about our reality projector, our collective. But the fact of the matter is with this Nibiru thing, and I believe Earth is Nibiru. We are the planet at the crossing point. We are at the transition point. The Anunnaki lived here forever. You look at the King's List, and and sure, they lived forever. They lived 60,000 years. Maybe they're all still alive. Who knows? Maybe they're AI. Maybe that's why the tablets say, Thoth states that they're of life, but not really living. They don't drink of the cup of death. Not death as we know it as death. You understand what I'm saying? That's how everything is worded. And hello, Marty. How are you, sweetheart? Now, I don't want to be excommunicated, but yeah, it doesn't matter if I am or not to me anyway. I just want the truth, and I'm going to get to the bottom of the truth no matter what the hell consequence I face, because I don't give a, I give a shit about communicating with you people that I consider my family, that I really, honestly, truly feel a connection with. And I'm not just saying that, for I get nothing from you people, that I never ask for anything. I'm not in an escalator or freaking in a Lincoln Town car asking you for donations, like other channels that have $250,000, $500,000. Do you understand how much money them people make on each video? Sure, that would be nice for me to do that, so I didn't have to go to work and slave and not feel my hands at the end of the day, But I am not gonna throttle back my message because I care about what some group or whatever. You guys understand what I'm saying, what I'm getting at here. I don't want to do that anymore. I just want to get my message out. So my message is this. We are all here. If this is Earth, and we are at the transition point, and we all know something's going on. We all know the ice caps are melting, the glaciers are melting, the freaking fires are everywhere. The sun is exponentially getting worse, getting hotter. At the same time, everybody's saying we're in a solar minimum, and, everybody's pumping coal into the atmosphere, and, the freaking, everything's just haywire, ass backwards, bass backwards, whatever you want to call it. So then in turn, yes, I agree with that. I agree with that. That's right about when I woke up. I woke up right around that date when you said that, actually. August 2015 is about when I woke up. And originally, up until, I still believe Nibiru exists. But it's in a different sense, if you understand what I mean. And the sense of the Russian doll analogy, everything is a fractal and a fractal and a fractal, a part of it, but the whole all in the same, incommensurable. And that being said, our paradigm is this. We read our information. We get our information pretty much from one source now, Google. And unfortunately, we can't trust Jesus spoke in parables. Yeah. I believe Jesus is us all, our collective, to be honest with you. I believe Jesus was a person, Jesus the Christ. He was Christ. He achieved Christ consciousness. And he did in physical form. Hello, Gary. How are you, bud? See, now this is what I'm talking about. All of my family are coming around, and I appreciate that. Every one of you. And I don't want to offend any one of you, but I'm not going to... He is our ticket out of... He is all of our tickets. We are all of our tickets, Angel. I'm not saying that Jesus isn't real. I'm not saying that God isn't real. I'm not saying any of that, because I'm saying I believe in that any more than I ever have. Because I used to have faith just in case. You're new? You're new to what? But I remember back when I first started this journey and I filmed the sky, I did not see that UV freaking... Yeah, you got to have faith, the faith. But faith will only get you so far. Belief will get you half as far as the faith. But knowing will get you the whole freaking piece. Will get you to the finish line. Will get you over that finish line. Will earn you that golden trophy. Will earn you the golden ticket. Ultimately, we are in charge of ourselves, Gary. That is totally true. And I am not here to lead anybody down any primrose path that the whole truth, so help us God. Right. God is omnipresent in all of us. He's in our hearts. He's in our minds. He's in our pineal gland. Truth, gnosis, knowledge are all intertwined into a big frickin' puzzle for us. So where better to find Nibiru than underneath our feet? Now, I don't know if anybody's seen my latest video, but I'll show you what I'm talking about here. I'll go to my gallery, go to my screenshots. Now, here is the pineal gland. Now, this is the inside of our brain. The cerebellum is a seraphim. Okay? That's the seraphim. Everything matches. I mean, the eye of Horus, the pineal gland. And the Egyptian knew this. The Egyptians knew this, and that's why they used the eye of Horus. That's why it was so prominent in their culture. That's why it's everywhere in their glyphs. I mean, everywhere it is. Yes, we are wonderfully made by him, correct. I'm not saying we are God. I'm saying he's omnipresent in us all. And I don't want to get into any religious debate, because that, you know, the religious debate is just like arguing politics with people. You know, it's just people get on there. That's the reason. Look at that. That was in the clouds. That's the reason why the division is here. That's the reason why they created freaking religion. Religion is to create a fight, to create a line, to create a circumstance in which us and them exist. That's what the whole QAnon thing is. So the alt-right has a place to go and scoff and ridicule the left or the liberals or the libtards. Or I'm not saying I agree with either one of them. I don't agree with either one of the sides, and I voted Trump. I was in a courtroom in heaven. Yes, we were. And here's what we face right here. You guys know I don't believe this. You know I wouldn't make this freaking statement on YouTube underneath my avatar. You know I wouldn't. By the way, right there, my avatar is is a pick. Right there to the left of my name is the Anu. Is God's mechanism for transmutation of energy into matter. That is why we all live in a yellow submarine. A yellow submarine. And that's what I mean by, it doesn't matter to me if we're living in a freaking pickle jar, on a flat plane, on a globe, on a freaking, on the back of a walrus as freaking a colony of gnats. I don't care, because we're all here together. Now, is infighting? Yes, I know it is, Angel. And who remembers Purple Lightning? Who remembers Purple Lightning? Chicken grease is good, and it's nourishing. Oh, and I watched a... yeah, nobody remembers Purple Lightning. Why? Because it wasn't part of our paradigm before. Oh, okay, here. I was gonna point this out. We are witnessing what the Mayans witnessed. That's why I can take pictures like this of the clouds. This is a pic I took myself. I mean, come on. That is nuts. A caveman kissing a fish. You know, just set up just for me. And this thing, what the hell is this? Skies are lies. Yes, they are. Hello, billionaire. Okay, I gotta back up here. What was I on? I was going to show you guys something. I was going to show you something. Not this one, not that one. I was going to show you. Hey. I was going to show you. Oh, yeah, surveillance craft. Oh, yeah, surveillance craft. No, I wasn't going to show you that. What, is that an idea? Or yeah, if you guys have any pictures or videos, or short videos that will go through email, and I can play without having to, you know, download some app or something, I will play them, and we will discuss them. Now, everything about the Orion thing is fine and good, but we're talking about Nibiru right now, and we're talking about how we miss... Oh, yeah, that's what I was going to do. We are going to go to... Who didn't get a notification? You guys got the bell clicked, right? See, now that's what I'm talking about, the shadow banning thing. You know, I go from last summer, 6,000 views a video within 3 days, to this, today, 200 views a video over months. Now, why is that? I think my information today is more pertinent to today's reality than the information I was putting out last year. You know? And I put out a Nibiru video that said it's the only real footage of Nibiru. Only real footage of Nibiru showing on YouTube. And then all of a sudden I got 5,000 views on it. Okay, now back to the matter at hand. I was going to go to, what was I talking about? Oh, etymology. Right here. Right here. Yes, it has. Everything is getting bad. Right. Everything is getting bad. And now you got a notification. Yeah, of course. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, we're going to go here and we're going to punch in Earth. I haven't done this yet. I just want to see what pops up. We're going to see the etymology of Earth. How Earth was... oh, darn it. What the breakdown of Earth is. Come on. And has anybody noticed when everything calms down on our in our minds or whatever, that media's got to throw something at us? Earth, to commit, to earth, from earth, related earthed, earthing, earthbound, earthlight, earthy, earthman, earthquake, earthly, earthwork, earth mother, down to earth, Ardwolf. What? From Ard, earth, earthling, Okay, aardvark, or unworked metal. Okay, okay, that didn't get us anywhere. So we're going to go to... Now, when you say deliberate intent, billionaire matrix, what do you mean by that? You mean a way in which they can control our collective by placing the thought that they know will take a certain path? Is that what you're saying? A way, a means of a cause to create an effect? That's pretty witty of you to realize that. And that means that you're further along your path than most. Because I realized that a long time ago, and that's what this QAnon thing is. And this, it's all a construct to create divide, to create infighting. The 9/11 thing happened. The buildings fell. People died. People died, and they died for a cause, in my opinion. But they died because people, evil people, whatever their cases may be, perpetrated that event to create a means in which to take our freedoms away. At that particular moment, the public communication system, the public telephone got taken away from us. Not far right after that, the free TV got taken away from us, and we switched over to digital. Okay? I don't know whether that be connected or not, but my point is here, is the Islamic boogeyman ain't scaring us anymore. The school shootings and whatever is a sideshow to take our guns. We all know this. That isn't really working anymore. So they try to interracial thing. So they get whether it be MK mind control or the television implanting ideas in people's heads, whether or not, whatever. But remember when all the cops were getting shot, all the cops were shooting black people, or it was all being televised. And it does. You don't even need to be black to be getting shot like that. I mean, that kid in the hotel that was on TMZ. You know, that video that was on TMZ. Sorry, guys. I had my eyes closed talking because I was trying to get my thoughts together here. Now, I was on... Well, some of us are bad. Some of us are naughty. And I'm not saying I am or whatever, but some of us are bad. And... yes, they lie. Well, I think it's a human prerogative to lie. And that's... You're not terrible. Yeah, Spartan, I wanted to talk to you on that a little bit. The messing up of electronics. So you're not a Geek Squad employee, I take it. You're one of those, I don't know, energy nexuses? Has somebody in your family, immediate family, ever spontaneously combusted? Alright, here we go. God, I just can't keep my thoughts together today for some reason. Just can't. Anybody send me any pictures? No. Okay, what was I on here? Oh my God. The whole Nibiru thing. Here we go. This is what I'm doing. Now I got to go to my files. Let me keep my thought together here. Right here. We're going to go to downloads. I downloaded this PDF just to show you guys. Okay, now I know this is all worded like a debunk paper here, so I'm not even going to. Fortunately for scholars and other interested parties, the work of the studies above and the editors on the monumental Chicago Assyrian Dictionary, CAD, hereafter, have located and compiled all the places where the word Nibiru and related forms of that word occur in extant tablets. I look at the CAD entry volume, tells us immediately that the word was a variety of meanings, all related to the idea of crossing, or being some sort of crossing marker or crossing point. In only a minority of cases, those references in astronomical texts. Does the word relate to an astronomical body? Below is a brief overview of the word's meanings outside our immediate interest, followed by specific meanings and references in astronomical texts. Word meaning, of course, is determined by context. Right? Nibiru, more technically and properly transliterated, is as Nibiru, can mean I have underlined the form of Nibiru for the reader. Place of crossing or crossing fee. In the Gilgamesh epic, for example, we read the line remarkably similar to one of the Beatitudes in the Sermon on the Mount. Straight in the crossing point. Straight is the crossing point. Nibiru, a gateway, and narrow is the way that leads to it. A geographical name in one Sumero-Akkadian text. A village is named Nibiratai, Ashur, crossing point of Ashur. Now, that's what I'm talking about, guys. The crossing point. So, another text dealing with the fees of boatmen, and it's usually to do with a ferry ride or a river crossing. And Spartan was quick to point out to me today that we live by a place where the Mississippi and the St. Croix cross, and it's called the Holy Cross crossing point. And that was pretty cool to hear that. Ferrying, for example, in one Akkadian text refers to a military enemy. The Aramite means Aramu Nakarumi. God, I can't. I'm just hacking that up. If somebody crosses her, they're getting the left hook. Okay. Cut off the ford, bridge, crossing way, river. Marduk and his stars. So the point here is it's a point of crossing. The following is an exhaustive list of the word Nibiru in astronomical texts and or astronomical contexts. If one wants to know what Nibiru as an astronomical body is, one is dependent on these texts, unless, like Zechariah Sitchin, one makes up meanings to prop up a theory. He didn't make up a meaning to prop the theory up. He read it exactly how they said it. The planet of the crossing, Nibiru. Now, Nibiru, referred to as, okay, right here. At the risk of some redundancy, okay, yes. You know, this is a debunking. I don't really like reading this because it's not even fair to do that. And I'm not saying that they're attacking him, but Nibiru was used as, Jupiter was called Nibiru. Mercury was called Nibiru. Other stars were called Nibiru. They were all, when there were signposts in dividing the sky, the night sky as signposts, as crossing points. You know, a point at which you can see and know that something's ahead. Nibiru is his, Marduk's in context, star, which he made appear in the heavens. The stars of heaven let him, who is Nibiru, set their course, let him shepherd all the gods like sheep. That's in the Enuma Elish. The red star, which stands in the south after the gods of the night, the stars, have been finished, dividing the sky in half. This star is Nibiru, Marduk. When the stars of Enlil have been finished, one big star, although its light is dim, divides the sky in half and stands there. That is the star of Marduk. Nibiru, Jupiter. It keeps changing its position and crosses the sky. The star Nibiru, the merciful Marduk. Nibiru, the star, the god. Mercury divides the sky and stands there. Now, is that when they go into retrograde? That's what I was talking about, the retrograde thing. Now, where better to leave your record of all of this than where you resided? This explains why that king's list of pre-pharaonic rule dynasty Egypt showed these kings that lived and ruled for 60,000 years, 45,000 years. This is the years, these are the years of when the gods lived amongst us. Now, yes, a term, Babylon, yep, right, Gary. Thank you very much. And so, you say, well, Steve, what's going on with all the changes and shit? Well, that's what Nibiru means. That's why we all woke up when we heard the word Nibiru. Because it's in our collective. It's a signpost. It's a thing that tells us that shit's going to go crazy. And it's not because there's planets coming our way. It's because we are at that crossing point, that transition point. The point at which our Earth changes its frequency. Either shakes the cockroaches off or the evil ones and, you know, whatever the case may be. Yes, it's our Manchurian. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. And now the Anunnaki, they were physical beings living here, obviously, because the giants, the elongated skulls, and then, you know, the Mississippi River mound builders, and they left all of their antiquity, all of their where they came from, which was the Orion constellation. You know, that's why all of this stuff correlates and corroborates each other and fits right in. As I'm talking to you guys right now, I'm getting the goosebumps because I'm starting to click, I'm starting to resonate, and I'm starting to feel truth. And I don't know if anybody else feels that way when they hear it, but this is it for me. That's my truth meter now. And I don't go by anything else but that now. When we heard the word Nibiru, like when I first heard that word, everything clicked for me. I thought, that explains the Bible. That explains freaking the flood of Noah. That explains this. That explains that. That explains this. That explains that. Well, it still does. Because Nibiru is the signpost for change afoot. It is the prophetic sign that you better have your freaking. That's why that's why all of these freaking governments around the world, people, have built these bunkers. They knew. They knew all this shit. They knew it was coming. All of the celestial information was put out there just to keep people doing circles, chasing their tail. I'm not saying that there isn't bodies out there, or celestial bodies out there, but has any real Nibiru researcher, sky filmer, sky watcher really, really, really ever gotten a capture of a straight up planet? Seriously, folks, that you can wholeheartedly put your freaking being behind? I've got how many videos on my channel? I was going to erase them. But of all people, Michael Vera told me not to because it was part of my journey. And I'm not gonna. Because I feel, yes, trigger. It was a trigger. There you go. Perfect, billionaire. That is the thing I'm thinking of. Or the word I was thinking of. We are family. Hey, yeah. I got all my sisters in me. Oh, sorry. I just had that song in my head and I had to. Now, Anuma Anu Enel or Enlil. We believe something. We get our belief behind it. We get our intent behind it. We get our egos behind it. And we tend to hold on to them things as if they are our sister, our mother, our brother. And we never want to let them go. I've learned recently to not do that. And I think it was because of the... Okay, so here it goes. Here it goes. I'm gonna lay it down, and I'm gonna lay it down fast, and I'm gonna lay it down quick, and I'm gonna lay it down now, and I'm gonna lay it down right here for you all to hear. This is how I see things. This is my whole unified theory of all. We, as humans, have been here since day one. Sure, the Anunnaki came here. They came here. They lived here. We consider them gods. They may have helped us, nudged us, maybe even geoengineered us. But I tell you this. I've come recently to figure out that the most destructive thing in our paradigm that we thought was the most destructive thing in the cosmos, in everything, is the black hole. As being creation itself. Maybe not the one source who created, but it is obviously source's mechanism for creating matter. And I will take that, never change my opinion on that now. That is my everything. The fractal within a fractal, the Russian doll analogy. Big Bang is junk. But Big Bang does end up happening after the one or the zero creates the Anu. Because the Anu is what? Is everything. We are in an Anu. We are an Anu. We are everything. He spoke it into being, a whirlwind, a fire. Pyramid means fire in the middle, guys. Pyramid means fire in the middle. Follow me, I am the light. Within me is the light for all of man. Right? God is the light. Everything is the light. Within the light is the dark of darkness, which is darker than any dark. And Anu came here and left their seed. I don't know what they did. All I know is they were here. And maybe this planet was Tiamat. That matters not. That's like, you know, but it does matter to me, the whole story, because that's what we're here discussing. But my point is that the black hole is sold to us as the most destructive thing here. Right. Our heart beats in a vertical motion. If you look at a heartbeat, the valves twist in on each other. They go, you know, when they're pumping. And they're opening up and they're squeezing and they're opening up and coming back at the opposite direction. The Earth's magnetic field is perfect analogy or depiction of the Anu or the black hole. And I call it the Anu because that's my avatar. That's what it's called. That's what Ledbetter and his assistant, they wrote all of this crazy stuff back in the 30s about the Anu, and it was creation's way of transmuting the energy. And that's what alchemy really is. It's not transmuting it's not transmuting lead into gold. It's transmuting dark into light, or transmuting the negative into positive. Or, you know, negative and positive are one and the same. They're part of the, they come from the all. The all is one in one all existent. We are just part, but a whole all in the same. We are incommensurable. We are non-point specific parts of the whole, but we're whole of the part. We all collectively make the whole, but singly we are the whole, if you get me on that. That means to me that energy, light is all. The light is carried information for eternity. My video on the Anu about 4 months ago blew my mind. Thank you. Well, that's why I share this stuff. Is because I want to wake a couple people up anyway. And the people that are listening to me and actually interacting with me are the people I was meant to wake up and bounce ideas off of and learn from. Because I don't learn like anybody. Right, and that's the crazy thing is that the light. Okay, so the chemtrails. I said that they're blocking our right to our information from the light, right? I still believe that. Wholeheartedly believe that. And the reason why I believe that is because they do it in the evening and they do it in the morning. When we can experience our soul. In our solar system. Because solar means soul, our. We have souls on our feet. We have solar plexus. We have souls in our bodies. We have the pineal gland, eye of Horus, all connected through that. And the magi, the three magi, were the freaking belt of Orion stars and da 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 da. We'll get, you know, I don't want to get into all that nonsense because it's just too time consuming. And I could show you all of these instances where the craziness of, oh, this is cool here. I read this. Here is a patience of the saints. Here are they that keep the commandments of God and the faith of Jesus. Revelations 14:12. The great nebula in Orion is referred to in astronomical circles as M42. It is found in the middle of Orion's sword, hanging from the three stars that comprise the Hunter's Belt in the southern hemisphere. It is the center star in the handle of the saucepan. And it's always in the center, guys. According to the University of Oklahoma, Orion's Belt of the three bright stars situated in the celestial equator, visible from every inhabited part of the globe. The only other, now get this, the only other constellations that's visible from every part of the globe all the time is Ophiuchus. I've got 0 people here. Is there people still with me? Hello? Is there people still here? Says I got 0 people here. Answer me. Whatever, soft or not, you can take your show and shove it up your ass for all I care, because I wasn't offending anybody. I wasn't making any freaking statement to anybody or anybody's knowledge. If you want to threaten me, you can go F yourself. I'm done with you. Have you ever looked into the night sky? Yada da da da. Yada da da da. The Great Nebula one evening. Yada da da. Okay, whatever. I'm done.